A mute noblewoman tasked with restoring her house's forbidden death magic and arranging her cousin's strategic marriage finds her sworn revenge complicated by an unexpected and treasonous love for the very prince she's meant to use. Innamorata by Ava Reid left me in awe, shock, and desperate for more. But this one is definitely one that is not going to be for everyone. I was lucky enough to receive an advanced reading copy from Rey and NetGalley, and I loved it so much that I had to have the US special edition. I mean, look at that cover and look at those spreads. Are we ready to discuss the details? Let's go. Innamorata by Ava Reid takes place on an island where the dead once walked the earth, and 7 noble houses ruled by arcane secrets of necromancy. A conqueror's blade brought them low, burning their libraries, killing their lords, and extinguishing their eldritch magic. But defiant against the new order stands the House of Teeth and its last living members. Beautiful Mariosa, the heiress to the house, and her cousin, the uncanny Lady Agnes. Though she has not spoken a word in 7 years, Agnes is the true carrier of the house's legacy, and she has her orders. She must recapture the secrets of death magic and avenge her family's fallen honor. She must arrange the betrothal of her beloved cousin Mariosa to Liuprand, heir to the Conqueror's throne, for access to the forbidden library in his grotesquely grand castle. Revenge burns in Agnes's heart, but so do stranger passions. And it is Liuprand, the Golden Prince, who speaks to her soul. This passion is as treasonous as it is powerful, poisoning the kingdom's roots and threatening to tear the already shattered realm in two. For Agnes's final order is the gravest. She must not fall in love. Now, Innamorata is a grimdark fantasy with horror elements that explores the themes of power and its consequences, inheritance, familial relationships, forbidden magic, necromancy, forbidden love, and also coming into one's own. Be wary of, and yes, this is going to be a very interesting list, cannibalism, bodily desecration, child marriage, implied incest, and I cannot bring it any other way, necrophilia. Yeah. When I finished reading this one, I definitely needed a moment to recollect myself. When Ava Reid announced Innamorata, I knew immediately I had to read it. I mean, dark fantasy, necromancy, Ava Reid, obviously. And I was not disappointed, even though this is a much darker book than anything I'd read from her before, this being my 3rd of hers. Juniper and Thorn already showed a glimpse of how cruel and horrific her writing can be, and I think that with Innamorata she really reached entirely new heights. Now, the writing style is, as always, lush and decadent and absolutely merciless. It doesn't just ask you to read about the horrors in the book, it forces you to experience them. And make no mistake, this is, again, a grim, dark adult horror fantasy with an undercurrent of romance, and it is horrific, gory, and deeply unsettling from the very first chapter. If you're not used to more extreme horror, consider yourself warned, because I've seen some discussions on the socials calling this a romantasy, and it is most certainly not. But there is extreme longing and yearning, soul-consuming forbidden love, also coming into one's own and self-love, and immense world building and lore that I cannot wait to explore further in book 2. And that ending, oh my goodness, I gasped, I cursed, I did everything multiple times. Yeah. My only real comment is that it runs a little slow in certain places, a little long, and occasionally also a little repetitive, which may be a consequence of Reid's specific writing style. But honestly, I don't care. I need book 2 like now. So who is it actually for? Well, Innamorata is a very peculiar blend of genres, themes, and writing styles that will attract a very specific audience, myself included. While the world building and atmosphere at times reminded me of the Shepherd duology, so One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillick, some of the scenes described were most certainly more reminiscent of stories written by Clive Barker and Eric LaRocca. Maybe not to the same extremes, but like I mentioned, there is most certainly quite some body gore in this story. I also was reminded at various times of Tennessee Lee's books, who also had a very lush and decadent way of writing while incorporating Gothic and macabre themes. One note that I do want to make is that I really do think that the author did a disservice to her audience by not including trigger or content warnings because of the amount of body horror, and there is a very specific sexual scene included that will be quite triggering for a lot of people if they just jump in, and even if they are aware of it, it might still be too extreme for their tastes. And considering the fact that Ava Reid is also known for their YA series, some of those readers that may end up picking Innamorata will get the shock of their lifetime if they start reading this one. Now, I understand the reasoning behind not including trigger warnings. I mean, sometimes you're damned if you do, sometimes you're damned if you don't, but I really feel that given Ava Reid's broad fan base, it may have been better to just include them here. So what's my rating? Drumroll please. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I very much enjoyed it, despite the small comment that I mentioned earlier in this video, as it is an almost perfect combination of genres and themes for me. I mean, I'm a massive horror fan and I enjoy a good slow burn romance with a lot of longing, so yeah. I cannot wait to read book 2, which will hopefully have a release date soon, because I'm gonna need some answers after that freaking cliffhanger. Have you read Innamorata? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. And please like, subscribe, and share, and hit that bell to receive notifications of new videos on this channel. As always, happy reading everyone, and see you in the next one. Cheers!